In this episode of the Musings of an Ikigai Scholar, I would like to discuss shimei-kan, sense of purpose. The word shimei is also translated as mission in English. So shimei-kan can be understood as a sense of having a mission. It took me a while to address this important topic because I needed time to feel and confirm my own shimei-kan. Also to observe others demonstrating a strong shimei-kan. So what is shimei-kan and how does it differ from or relate to Ikigai-kan? According to Mieko Kamiya, what kind of people feel the most Ikigai-kan? Perhaps it is those who are clearly aware of their life goals, firmly believe in their need to live, and dedicate themselves wholeheartedly to pursuing those goals. In other words, people who live with a sense of purpose. People with this kind of sense of purpose often remain unnoticed, hidden in various corners of the world. Unlike those who stand out due to their titles or positions, it is the existence of these unnamed individuals that seems to provide meaningful content to various endeavors and activities in society, becoming a supporting force for others. All humans, to a greater or lesser extent, can be said to live supported by a vague sense of purpose. How does a person come to feel that something is their mission? It might be that they are naturally drawn to a certain direction due to an inevitability born from their personality and life history, or they might consciously think and choose. There could be also encounters with coincidences that work from the outside. One might even use the Buddhist term en, meaning connection or fate. The most notable function of a sense of purpose is its powerful integrative effect on a person's way of life. However, the results of a sense of purpose are not always constructive for society. Depending on its content, it can give rise to antisocial or pathological behaviors. In the case of mental illness, the natural sense of fulfillment is often impaired by the illness, and in its place, the desire to affirm one's reason for existence frequently manifests in the form of a distorted sense of purpose. The aforementioned is a collection of statements from Ikigai ni tsuite, Kamiya 1966, translated and summarized with help from ChatGPT, and reviewed by Kei Tsuda for accuracy. What is your mission, and how did you come to feel it? I remember when I felt my mission for the first time. I was in fourth grade, growing up in Japan, and I watched the launch of Space Shuttle Challenger on TV. From that day onward, I asked for books and magazines related to space exploration and aerospace technology. In the arts and crafts class at school, we had an assignment to make a wood carving. And you guessed it, I made a space shuttle. I still have it with me. My father was a craftsman, and his son was inspired by his shuttle launch to pursue a mission to become an aerospace engineer. This was back in the early 1980s, when the Japanese economy was still skyrocketing. A lot has changed since then. What is your current mission? As Kamiya suggested, all humans, to a greater or lesser extent, can be said to live supported by a vague sense of purpose. I believe we all have many missions in life, a collection of small day to day missions that help yourself, your family, and community. You may also have an ultimate mission that can impact the wider world. Big or small, many or few, we live supported by a set of clear or vague purposes. So, please take a moment to identify your current mission. Results of my initial or first mission. Earlier, I told you I wanted to become an aerospace engineer. Did I become one? No. 14 years after the shuttle launch moment, I earned a master's degree in aerospace engineering. But my mission changed when I was about to graduate from college. Did I waste those 14 years of my life? Absolutely not. In those 14 years, I became bilingual, met people who are now my family and the closest friends, and my mission to become an aerospace engineer led me to a life in a foreign country, the United States of America. The consequences of my initial or the first mission. The results of a mission are not always constructive. So true. I felt good about my life's direction, driven by my own mission. However, the people around me, especially my family, may not have felt the same. Case in point, I did not spend much time with my family during my schooling. After leaving home at the age of 15, my interactions with my parents and my sister were sporadic. When my father passed away soon after my college graduation, I realized how little I knew about him and his legacy. I realized I did not know much about my own family. My mission today. My mission today and for the foreseeable future is to design a lifestyle that maximizes my interactions with family, friends, and communities in that specific order. What makes this challenging is the geographical and cultural separation I need to bridge. My mother and sister's family lives in Japan, while my core and extended family and friends mostly reside in the US. Additionally, I have friends in many different countries, and I would like to provide value to all of them and their communities. How do I do that? I have a few ideas, and I will share them with you in the future episodes. Shimei-kan and Ikigai-kan. To wrap up this episode, let's discuss the similarity and differences between shimei-kan and Ikigai-kan. Starting with the similarities, both concepts involves kan, a feeling or a sense. So it's something we intuitively feel and know when we identify the mission or Ikigai. You can think about mission and Ikigai, but if you think too much, you may end up distorting them, and the results may not be as constructive as you'd hoped. Regarding the differences, I consider Ikigai-kan to be a larger and more inclusive conceptual framework. Ikigai-kan can include shimei-kan, but not the other way around. A mission or purpose takes up a portion of our Ikigai. When the concept of shimei-kan no longer guides you, Ikigai-kan can step in to help you navigate your life's steeper ups and downs. I'm sure of it. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Musings of an Ikigai Scholar.